皆さん、こんにちは。
皆さん、こんにちは。
Hi, guys.
Hello.
So we start the discussion
For
of
episode 19.
episode 19 of all. So we can start the brief summary first
Yeah.
in Japanese.
Maybe in Japanese it's
うん
summary.
じゃあ、ちょっと要約していくと、前のエピソードでヨレンタが出てきて、今回はね、ノバクの年取ったバージョンが出てきましたけど、he completely become おっさんね。
Yes. And drunk.
そう。多分、人生の目的を失ったノバクは、すごい酒飲みになって、あんま多分良くない人生を過ごしたのかもしれないですけど、地動説にまた出会って、なんかエナジーを取り戻したね。
多分、なんか、本は、その時は全部燃やしたら、地動説は全部終わりました。そう思って、なんか、酔っ払いとか、嘘じじになります。
also、あれね、そのヨレンタが死んじゃったから、だからもうエイモンドライフがない。
ないですね。モチベーションがないので、で、今、急に、この治療説の本の話聞いて、なんかノーバコは、それは、まだ生きてるか。だから、モチベーションとって、
なんかね、僕はなんかよくわかんないけど、ノバクをちょっと応援したくなっちゃったね。今回。なんか今まではちょっと、ノバク嫌な人だったけど、ちょっとなんか不思議な感情ですね。
今、もっと、なんか、ワイズ人になりましたと思います。なんか、15年。
そうね、そう、ヨレンタが死んだっていうのがあるからね。
25年後ね。
もっと人生の経験を積んでるからね。で、その後ね、ヨレンタとドラーカの、会話がね。ここが僕たちのめちゃめちゃ好きなシーンですけど、ヨレンタのね、センテンス。
すごいね。なんか、ライティングが、ダイアログが、めちゃめちゃ、なんか、I can say it in English that like it connects with the previous motivation and also what they went through and how the new character Draka is fitting in the old character's idea of the world and how the technology advancement has changed the motivation in a different way. Like how do you make money? If you don't have profit, I will give you the machine. You do what you want to do with that. That is also a motivation for Draka. But we are going to discuss this part in more detail now. But let's watch the interesting part of this episode.
僕らの好きなシーンを見ていきましょう。
なんか最後から6分
33秒。残り時間。6分33秒のところですけど、じゃあちょっと見ていきましょう。はい。はい。
何も宗教だけじゃなく、学問ってものの中でも起こるんじゃないですか。
そう中。
と言いたいけど、その通りかもね。私も何度も人を殺す。
This is important. She is accepting she has killed many times.
もしかして、私は地動説という権威を持ち、
blind faith. Very important word.
In Japanese, 盲信。
ある種それは必然。何かを前提にしないと論理を立てられない人間理性の本質的限界として思考すると常に何らかの前提が成り立つ。それがいつしか権威となる。誰もその枠組みからは出られないのかもしれない。そういう状況下で駆動した情熱。放送ともいえる奇跡を経て、時には美しい偉業、時には醜い悲劇を。
Yes, or.
She believed beautiful
things. It can both happen.
Yeah, this is important.
This is important. Very powerful. Let's discuss this part because we were actually discussing about it in the middle. And what from a outsider's perspective, outsider in terms of like I am not a Japanese person, I am coming in Japan and studying in Japan. I was very interested in learning the Meiji Revolution history
明治時代
and
ね。
明治時代の歴史。
うん。
その時は、so there was the Shinsengumi,
うん。
there was the imperialist and the shogun. So Japan wanted to make a big decision,
うん。
right? Should we open to the whole world
うん。
or we don't open and keep the tradition
うん。
for years, years and years?
鎖国を続けるか、鎖国は close the country ね。まあ、開国するか、open the country ね。
You can add Japanese in between because I cannot
うん。
explain all of these things in Japanese. So at that time, for the imperialists or following the emperor, they had to believe in the future, that the future may become good, may become bad if we open up.
うん。
And for the shoguns, they also believed that no, we want to keep the history and the tradition intact, not open up to the new world or the Europeans or Americans and then be different.
うん。
So Shinsengumi was conducting revolution and murder
うん。
in the name of the future, like the freedom.
Oh,
They
freedom.
believe that in the future, Japan will become great.
うん。
If we open up, there will be new technology coming,
うん。
like
Also
railway
trading.
line, there will be electricity, there will be modernization.
うん。
So, but they didn't know what will happen 100 years later, right? Now what we are experiencing
うん。
is obviously great.
うん。
Japan is so amazing.
うん。
But at that time, they didn't know. They just trusted, right? That, okay, this could go good, this could go bad. But we choose to believe, faith, that this will be good for the future.
うん。
And they also did killing. So in this episode, we were thinking that Yolenta said she accepted that she has killed many.
うん。
And the last sentence of this anime is like, okay, at the end, when you are lost, you find morality.
うん。
We cannot actually
This is
match.
the title.
Morality is
something.
something you find when you are lost.
うん。
So obviously, we do not support any killing or anything. Just for the discussion's sake, it's saying that morality is something you find when you are lost.
うん。Because like, I remember in this episode, Yolenta say her own history, past. Then she emphasized that maybe when she was 20,
She said she met someone
and she
killed first time when she was 20 years old. So this is a very complicated situation in which she's saying like, I found morality, or I'm not sure about morality, but when I am lost, I found the morality. But then again, she's saying she's killed. So maybe you can understand why we are talking about the past Shinsengumi in this situation, because it's kind of like a similar revolutionary pattern, framework. So I am not a scholar in Japanese history, but I think many people can explain better. Please give your opinions if you, what do you think?
ヒストリーを知らないけど、
But-
まあ皆さんのコメントもらえると嬉しいです。
But we find the similarity interesting, right? Like that's why we mentioned this. And I am basically big fan of Rurouni Kenshin, and the history actually coming from there, my person. It's not that I'm a scholar. So,
なるほど。そういうことか。
いや、そういうことです。だから、I try to connect these two things, and I feel that there is a very important question that she has to answer. Or maybe no need to answer, because history is a domino effect of actions. Like you take this action and then the other things change and then whole things change.
そうね。
It's not only depending on one person or one organization. There's a lot of things happening that change the history. So it's just...
Even one small things, one small people action could be changed the history.
Could be changing the history. As a person who's watching an anime and finding enjoyment, we are just interested in seeing how one person's decision or group's decision is changing the whole society.
そうだね。
So-
Literally, this anime show this one.
No,
Because if Okuji don't write
That book.
his diary, this like episode it doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. And the episode is giving us so much material to think. Even like we are not even talking about the moment when Yolenta is writing and there is a scene when it looks like Okuji is sitting. And it's so poetic that Yolenta taught how to read and write to Okuji, and Okuji wrote that book. That book got damaged, and then it was written in the heads of the homeless people. Then it was recovered, and then somebody wrote it, and then that book is also burned, and now Yolenta is writing again. So it's,
and it could be published. Oh my god! It could be
published. And then Yolenta said that, okay, in all of my time, Saturn has completed only one circle. So epic.
So poetic.
So poetic, so epic. And the scope of this anime, we cannot praise it enough. But the thing is, like, I recently went to Maruzen, the Kyoto Maruzen. We live near there. And then they have a very interesting, nice book set of Chi. The covers are so beautiful. Right? I don't know if you have seen it, but the new set, the manga is completed. The new set, like maybe there's 7 or 8 volumes. Each cover is so beautifully designed. There's in any manga store nowadays, I see there's a different segment for Chi. And the new box set with the new cover is so beautiful. I have taken picture. I will show you. If possible, then you can show the image of the new set of the manga in the online. It's also very beautiful. So.
What are you looking forward to?
Oh, yeah. So much things to look forward to. First of all, I was always looking forward to the 3 innovations, how they are driving the motivation of the anime characters. Now we see that Yolenta promised Draka that she can have the printing machine. So I'm sure Draka will do something crazy with the printing machine. But before that, we need to publish the book. So publishing process is something. And how Novak try to stop it. And when Novak and Yolenta meet, what happens? That's something everyone is looking forward to.
Also, I really like that talking with Draka and Yolenta because of like she's the I mean Draka is more kind of business side, like then the Yolenta is more kind of scholar side, academic side. So
we were discussing this also, right? Like, what is the meaning of freedom if you look at a scholar's perspective and if you look at a materialistic person's perspective? Are they trying to reach to the same conclusion but in a different way? So freedom, what is freedom is very important
in
question.
In terms of business or in terms of academics?
Academics.
And then each character like representing this freedom, so how it goes to the in the next episode. This is what I'm looking forward.
Me too. Well, we tried to summarize what we discussed, but there were more discussions.
まあちょっとやめとこうか、ここら辺で。
OK。
はい。じゃあ次のエピソードでまたお会いしましょう。See you in the next episode. Bye bye.